everyone, we are here with Alvin, and today we're going to learn a little bit about him, his investing journey, and his journey with real estate, and really his first bird deal that he might not even realize he was getting when he first bought it. Alvin, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your name, where you're from, and what you do?
Oh, sure. My name is Alvin Anderson. I'm from Louisiana, and I moved to Atlanta 10 years ago to work in IT and technology, where I'm an engineer for cost communication. Now I got my license 2 years ago in real estate, so I started selling and buying real estate as well. And so I'm excited to be here in Atlanta, Georgia from here. So.
What made you want to invest in rental properties? What was that like light bulb that went off when you're like, you know what, I want to be a real estate investor?
Well, you start looking because currently with my company, I've been there for 18 years and I started when I was 20 years old. But you start looking like, okay, what's the next 20 look like for you? And I mean, I enjoy what I do. I mean, it's not hard work, but I was trying to figure out where can I do have more passive income. I know we said the word passive, but of course, it's work need to be done. But I was trying to figure out what's the next 20 years for me and my family, and I could pass on, to my kids and generation to come. So real estate was the one that fit that mold. So that's the reason why I picked real estate.
Why did you feel that you needed a coach and training program? When you saw that I was mentioning it on Instagram, what made you be like, you know what, I need this? What was that? What was that moment for you?
Yeah, sure. A lot of times you don't know what you need until you hear it, right? I mean, I didn't really know. I thought I could just do it myself. And but the more I see you on Instagram, that's why I kind of met you on Instagram. You was giving some information that I was like, okay, if I had a little bit more information, details on that, maybe that could help my journey out. So that's the reason why I was like, I need something, someone that's professional, that's organized, and help me out and do it. And you was doing it before this program started. So yeah, that's the reason why.
So tell me about your house you bought. Remember when I first started talking to you, you
Mhm.
bought a house about a year and a half ago, and it was a complete
Mhm.
fixer, and you were having some struggles with that, and you were hoping that I could help you with that. Tell me about that property and that process with that so far.
Yeah. Gosh. So the property that I bought in Southwest Atlanta, at the time I bought it for 65 K. Spent cash on it, and I just had it sitting there. I didn't know what to do next. So I was like, okay, I got it. What's the next thing to do? So I just kind of trying to figure out what's the next steps are. And as time passed on, my fiance told me, it's like, you need to do something with this property, or sell it. You need to do something with it. It's a great property. And when I seen you online talking about how you can, bird method and things of that nature, which I heard about it, you hear people talk about it, but again, you kind of be afraid of taking that big step, and that's a big investment, right? So then that's the reason why, I selected you. But that property currently now, like I said, 65, I'll say value right now is 115, 120. Someone just sent me an email yesterday saying I'll give you 100K for it right now, cash. So I'm like, oh, I'm even scared. Now it's like, why? So it's a big deal, big property, but I need someone to kind of, walk me through it. And I thought you fit that mold.
And how's that been going finding contractors? Because we talked about getting you to the bank
Oh,
and
oh
getting
my
that
gosh.
loan for rehab costs.
Well, you know what? I think that's when the part that I was stuck at, and you helped me in a whole lot because you don't know where to go, what direction to go, how to go. But you was like, you have it in your backyard. And I'm in real estate as well. I contacted people that's currently doing real estate. I just popped in the question, hey, look, I need a general contractor. Someone hit me up about it a few weeks ago. Said, hey, look, Alvin, I got somebody for you. And contacted the guy. Matter of fact, we've been talking for the last few days. And he showed me pictures of rehabs that he done. And the good news about that, he's working on investment properties that's 10 minutes away from my current home. And I thought that was amazing because he said, well, I could drive right there and figure out. So anyway, he came by a couple of days ago to kind of look at the property. We still got to do a whole rehab to pull out demo for him to really get in details of how it look. And I'm currently working with a bank, Citizen Trust Banks, as well as far as getting the funding for the property. So I feel good about getting everything up shortly, to be honest with you. But that was all you to get that process started, because again, you don't know where to start. Being got rehab, you got costs, you got organization, how to do the rehab, the bank. So you got all these people pulling at you. Where do you start? And I think that you helped out with that course. So appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Alvin. I remember when we were talking about the numbers on that property, even just the other week, we were kind of just like mind blown, like how much money you're actually going to make on this property when it's all said and done. Remember you said you bought it for, what was it, 65,000 you said? And then the ARV is what, 170 minimum right now?
Yes, 170 minimum right now. And like you said, that's conservative. Again, putting in, doing, basic rental rehab, I should be right at 185, 200.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you'll
But
get at least minimum probably 75,000 check in your hand when you do your cash out refinance at the end, maybe even 100. Oh my gosh.
well, that got me
If you're saying
pushing.
almost 200, you can refi that
No,
for, then that's almost a $100,000 check in hand afterwards.
exactly. And again, but that's where you help out at, because how do you know all these different steps? But someone that has experience can walk you through those steps on there. It can be daunting, it can be, difficult, stressful at times, but when you have someone on your team that's willing to help you out, it kind of opens up the light. And I think you show me that light bulb. It's like, oh, okay, then I could do this, especially being the first one. I think once I get this first one on the wraps, I'll be good. But yeah, the numbers look good so far.
I'm excited for you. I love to see you get that big check plus the monthly cash flow from your tenants, at least 1,000 a month we decided. So that's going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool.
Yes, thank you.
How do you think that the course modules has helped you understand more about your rental property and your BRRRR method and your rehab and all of that? What have you learned so far during our intensive 6-week training?
Well, I mean, just take everything back. So much I learned from doing the numbers. Number one, you think you understand the numbers step by step, but you broke those out in the course. So the financial standpoint was huge. It's mandatory. But not only that, I think my most critical part, I told you before, is all those modules. But the first one, what's your purpose? I mean, why are you really doing this for? And I think that when things get hard and things get tough, it'll come back to why you're doing this for, and if you're doing it for your family, or what's the really motivation, inspiration behind it. It's when you started from there, I was just blown away. I was like, okay, the course is paid for itself. All right, this is it. That's all I need to why. And I just think that keeping that in mind, and you had that worksheet where you kind of write out why and all this kind of goes. So I kind of just written that out as well and kind of come back to it and look at it. So when things get kind of tough and difficult, you kind of look back and remind yourself. That's what your course taught at the beginning. I just thought it was amazing. So, but yeah, the module, everything was truly amazing. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, Alvin. What made you choose my program in the first place over somebody else's?
Oh, you know what? That's $1 million question. You have so many courses online. Where do you choose? Where do you pick? And I just think, again, I was following you for a while, and everything just felt genuine. I mean, you was getting information that I would have already paid for. I was like, I'll pay for this right now. This is free. But from your emails to your posts to your tips, to the, tips for the day, those things came to me. I was like, no question. When you came out with the course, I was like, there's no doubt about it. And for someone else, I'm not saying other courses are not good, because they just came to me saying, hey, I have this course, you want to buy it? And that didn't resonate with me. But for your course, it resonated with me. And also you doing it, and you didn't make it glisten glamour, like, oh, I got this, big car outside, I got this big house, this is what you can do. It was like, hey, look, we just doing rentals. We doing, buying whole. This is what we doing. It's not just fast, quick money. And I was like, wait a minute, this is unique. Usually people talk about, how much money I can get out this deal, but you're like, no, this is bigger than that. This is an investment over a lifetime. And I thought that was, critical to me. Yeah. So that's the reason why I selected it.
Thank you, Alvin. Thanks. During our time together, we've been working together for a few months. Has anything about my program exceeded your expectations, or anything where like, wow, I can't believe she did this, or this was really unexpected? Anything like that throughout the coaching or the program, after action reports, or all that?
Look, it's so many things. The modules, one thing, it was truly detailed, step-by-step process on it. Trust me, you just follow the module. you want to take that next level. But I think also it was big what we're doing now, the face time. I mean, because I think it's critical because there's so many hours in a day. So for you to pull out your time of your day and say, I'm gonna spend this time, I'm gonna invest into you. You know, I feel like I'm gonna let you down if I don't do it. I was like, wait a minute. If I don't do it for myself, I have to do it for Case. There's no way she gonna do all this stuff and I'm not gonna, spend this time and invest into it. So I just think the calls that we had, the Zoom calls, the follow up, the emails that you send within minutes after the fact, which I tell you, which amazed me. I was like, we just had this conversation. I'm trying to sell. You have a whole page of notes. This your homework. That in itself, is more than enough for me. And I'm going to miss it, to be honest with you. I'm going to miss it dearly because you don't get that every day. And for the price, no, I mean, that was above and beyond. I was not expecting all this, to be honest with you, Casey. It was truly one of the best experiences I ever had. And I'll do it 10 times again to learn it. So yeah, that's my point on it.
Thanks, Alvin. What would you say to aspiring real estate investors who maybe follow me on Instagram or, have watched some of my videos, seen my lives, and they're hearing that I have a program available, but they're not sure if it's right for them. They're scared to take the first step with rental properties. They want to do it. They're just not sure. What would you do to get them in their program and say, you should join? What would you say to those people?
Well, the number one thing before I even say, you need to join a CASE program is you need to invest in yourself. I mean, that's number one. I think a lot of times we try to figure out how we can make money, but how can you invest in yourself? Number one, first. And if that's what you want to do and grow, I mean, CASE is the one for you. Our program is going to be the one for you because you're not just looking at just the business side of it. You get into the whole mindset, the mental state of it, and you truly care, about you. So I just think that's number one. That's why I tell you is that don't get caught up into the money. And in case every time we had a conversation, it wasn't about just how much money you can make, this and that. Yes, we talked about the rental incomes every month, but you mainly talked about the whole process of it. And and again, it goes back to the why. And Case is going to drill it down to you. If you want to take that next step, this program is for you, especially for the price, because it's amazing for me. So yeah.
Thank you, Alvin. I really appreciate all your kind words. You are so sweet. I love working with you. I know we still have a little bit more time together. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we close this up today?
So no, thank you again. I appreciate it. You always, and you truly, boy, I can't. I'm telling you, you's gonna be something special for sure in your business. So anything I can do, I'm here for you to invest into it. I'll share with my friends anybody who talk about investing in real estate. I'll make sure your course is number one. Because number one, the reason as well, I'm not sure I said this word, but it's the trust factor that I have with you. I just trust you with my money and my investment. I mean, if you ask for 10,000 to do investment with you, I was like, you know what, let's go and do it. Because I trust you, number one, and that's the reason why as well. I mean, I just trust and believe in you. And I was like, wow, this person next door, and I can sleep at night, and I had to worry about, is it a scandal or something like that? So I never had to think that across my mind. I feel like I've known you for many years. So it's like, all right, cool, let's do it. That's because of what you've done already with your Instagram feed and your website and all that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, she's cool. No, I just want to say, Casey, to you, thank you so much. I'm serious. This course is just game changing for me. It's life changing for me. I'm gonna look back at it 20 years from now, and someone's gonna ask me, "Hey, Alvin, how did you really get started in real estate?" I say, "Well, I mean, I tripled myself, bought a house, and I didn't know what to do. But this person named Casey came to me, Instagram, and she had a course available, and I learned everything from that course, and it was the beginning to something special. So I just tell anybody, invest in yourself, invest in this course. It's worth every single dollar and more. And I just felt like I was getting it before I took the course, and now I'm just taking the course. I just got even more. So I'm just grateful, and just the beginning. So thank you for that. I appreciate you and your time and your course.
Thank you, Alvin. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.